Hi Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make the self-closing box. This original idea came from Karen. I believe she's in the UK, and they're all over Pinterest. They're so super cute. So these are the two versions that I made. We're going to make a Melon Mambo one today, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm using a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock, and this is cut at 6 by 8.5. Then I'm using the English Garden designer paper. We're going to use this side. And you're going to need two pieces cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we're going to grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so we're going to take the Melon Mambo piece and we're going to score this on the 8.5 inch side. We're going to score this at 4 and 8. Open this up here. And 8. Okay, then we're going to turn it and we're going to score this at 1 inch and 5. Okay, so now this is going to be your 1/2 inch score line. This is the 1 inch, the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to take the 8.5 inch across the top again, and we're going to only score down to the 1 inch score line. So we're going to score this at 2, and you're going to only go down to that 1 inch score line. Then the 4 is already done because that was the half. Then we're going to slide this down to 6 and also score that only to the 1 inch score line. Okay, so this is going to be considered the bottom of your box. These little score lines here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the paper trimmer out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut the 4 squares and then also remove these panels here. It's just going to be a little bit easier to follow, I think. Okay, and I'm going to miter cut the side just a little bit. Okay, then we're going to cut on the score line up to the 1 inch score line. Okay. Alright, now we're going to grab our paper piercing mat, and I'm going to grab my stylus and then also a ruler. And we're going to place the squares, the bottom of your box, along the top. And I'm going to score at a diagonal from the center where the cut line is, right here. Okay? And we're going to score it down to the other 1 inch score line. So let me show you here. We're going to go like this. We're going to start here. I'm going to line that up, and then we're just going to follow that through with the stylus. Okay, then we're going to make the diagonal. We're going to start here, and we're going to go to this point now. Okay, now the next section, same idea. We're going to go to the center cut line here, or the 2 inch interval score lines. We're going to go down to this point here. Okay. And now this one is going to go right to the 8 inch score line. That's why I thought it would be easier to remove that, just to go right to the edge there. Okay, so it should look like this now. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fold. I'm going to grab my bone folder. Now we're going to only fold the diagonal score line. You're not going to fold it up to... So basically you're not going to go ahead and just crease this all the way up. You're just going to fold it right up to that 1 inch score line again. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to fold it both ways just to make the box fold a little bit easier. Okay, so now we're going to take our designer paper, and these are both cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and we're going to find the center. So what I'm just going to fold this in half, and you're going to find your center point right here, and we're going to cut these two pieces of designer paper. So you're going to take that center point and line it up with the bottom corner point. You're going to cut a diagonal, and then do the other side the exact same way. Okay, so this is one section. Now the other piece of designer paper, if you want them to match, you're going to cut it upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and find the center point. So instead of cutting it this way, the way we did this one, you're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing. So find your center and cut your points. Okay, so now this will match up when you put it on your little self-closing box. Okay, so we're going to take our tear and tape and we're going to put it on this edge right here. Okay, so then I found the easiest way to, you're going to go ahead and close your box like that. So when we get ready to adhere that down, let me get my bone folder. Okay, so when we get ready to adhere this down, you're just going to fold it in half on your 4-inch score line and seal that down. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and put our pieces of our designer paper on our box. And I found that the multi-purpose liquid glue works the best. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue. It's very forgiving too, so you have a little bit of time to work with it. And I want to go right to the edge as close as possible because of the points. And I don't want them to lift. And when you make this box, you'll know what I'm saying. Okay, so just make sure the glue goes all the way to the point. I'm just going to go ahead and do this really quick. Okay, so we have our designer paper. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now we're going to remove this tear and tape backing, and we're just going to go ahead and fold this over. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So then just reinforce your score lines. Okay, now we're going to close our box up. So we're just going to put some the tear and tape on these two flaps here. I'm going to tuck these in like this so I know which ones I'm going to add to. Okay, so then remove our backings. Okay, so then our flaps, close it in, and then this should sit right along the bottom like that. Now I do need to take my bone folder and open up the box. Okay. But look how cute. Oh my gosh. It closes without any ribbon, no adhesive, nothing. It just self-closes and then you can put your goodies right inside there. Don't you love it? Love this box. All right, so now just to decorate it, we're just going to use a stamp. It says Happy Hello. And it's from the tin of cards, and it's right here. So I'm just going to take the black Memento ink, just the Melon Mambo and the Old Olive, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp on the Whisper White the Happy Hello. Cute stamp set. Okay, and the Happy Hello fits in the 1 3/4 circle punch. Okay, we're going to use the 2-inch circle punch with the Melon Mambo, and then the Old Olive is with the 2 3/8 scallop circle punch. Super cute. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and build up our layers with dimensionals. Okay, and then there's going to be one more dimensional on the back side. And then you can see how the box sits, because it does sit a little bit different. So I want it leaning more to the front, is going to be the front of my box. So there's the front. Super cute. And you just put all your goodies inside there. So there's that one with the Melon Mambo. And then this one I just used the Whisper White. And then the same designer paper, but I used the Always Artichoke. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.